Hey, all you podcast listeners, you can find Slice of the Paranormal everywhere podcasts are found, or you can watch us on our YouTube channel.
Hey, hi, hello there. Welcome to another episode of Slice of the Paranormal.
Slice of the Paranormal.
That's what I'm saying. I'm Ryan, it's Christy, this is Steve. This is where we talk about paranormal stuff, go to these places, eat local pizza, drink local beer, haunted places if possible. Come back here, talk all about it, and review that pizza. And Steven tells us even more knowledge because he's our resident
weirdo.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Fill in the blank. I'm just going to keep asking that question and see if we get different answers.
How many different
time.
answers he comes up with.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Wonder what Cup of Code would say.
About
you.
About me?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. We could ask him.
Yeah.
You know?
Thanks, Cup of Code.
We'll say thanks.
Yeah.
But so we're not even out of place today. Well, we kind of were.
We did. We went to a graveyard for this episode.
But this is more of a broader topic than just a one place.
Today, because this episode is coming out on Ash Wednesday, I decided that we should do something fire related.
Happy Ash Wednesday, by the way.
Yeah, happy Ash Wednesday. Celebrate how you celebrate. We are celebrating this way, and we're going to be talking about spontaneous human combustion. So I want to give our viewers a warning that the topic is a little sensitive and disturbing. And if you watch on YouTube, there's going to be a second disclaimer. There is a lot of images of people that have spontaneously human combusted.
But I don't even know if we'll be able to show these on like social media.
It's hard to say. I mean,
maybe because they're
they're historical photos. I mean, this is all from the.
We'll probably do it.
Yeah, we'll show it.
We'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
You know, they can do.
What are they gonna do?
Damage.
Shut us down?
I mean,
Yeah.
I think as long as you say it's for educational purposes, you're okay. And
there you go.
it is. This is to educate people on
Everything I
on
say
this.
and do is for educational purposes.
So let's just start every episode like that from now on.
This is all for educational and entertainment purposes,
Yeah, there we
which
go.
is an accurate description of our show, I think.
Oh yeah, totally. Well, and we actually, you and I ran into the author of a book called Ablaze, which we ran into Larry E. Arnold, who wrote the book Ablaze in 1995
Where did we run into him at?
in Lancaster at the Cryptid event.
Decades, yeah.
At Decades. So we
yes.
ran into this guy, and
Therefore, why I was not
Schwartz
there.
Paranormal was like, told me about this guy, and he was like, oh, I just talked to him for 20 minutes. I was like, oh, I only saw him and talked to him a little bit. He's like, you really got to get his book Ablaze.
Oh.
So I got this book to kind of delve into this topic.
Yeah.
So when we were talking about coming up with a spontaneous human combustion episode, I was like, well, we have 3 to choose from. And it just so happened that we were going to be driving by Mechanicsburg. So
Pennsylvania.
it became Mary Reeser, whose nickname is now the Cinder Lady, is buried at the Chestnut Hill Cemetery in 319 West Winding Hill Road in Mechanicsburg.
It's always Winding Hill Road.
Yes, and this is Cumberland County, Pennsylvania. Now, she didn't die in Pennsylvania. She actually dies in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Oh.
So she had moved down to St. Petersburg, Florida, and that's where she spontaneously combusted.
This is where the combustion occurred.
Yeah, so she Mary Reese's apartment was apartment 1, and if you check out her apartment building and you're looking at it, she's the front left corner of the building, and it was a 1-bedroom unit. It had a living room, a kitchen, a bath, and a garage. And the entire structure was a 5-unit place. And essentially, it was just Mary living there, and the landlord who was living there at the time, Pansy M. Carter, lived there at the time. The other, I think, 3 units were unoccupied.
Okay.
So This girl, Mary Reeser, was born in 1884, and the date of her death is July 2nd in 1951. So she was actually born in Columbia, PA, a place that's on our list to go check out for Chickies Rock and
Oh, okay, yeah.
the
we got
Market House Dungeons. We want to see with Rick Fisher. But essentially, at around 8 a.m. on July 2nd, Reeser's landlord, Pansy Carpenter, arrived with a telegram, and she noticed the doorknob was extremely hot to the touch, so she calls the police. When they get into the house, all that remained of Reeser, who was now called the Cinder Lady, were part of her left foot, wearing a slipper, her backbone, and her skull, which was shrunken to the size of like a baseball, is what I've been told. Weird. And I've heard conflicting reports of whether or not the skull was actually shrunken.
Yeah, how does the bone shrink?
Exactly.
maybe it's just a smaller skull.
It may be. A description is disputed by the fire researcher who was in Brandenburg for a conference at the time, and he managed to view the scene. So he says that it was a normal-sized skull. But I've heard some reports that say it was the size of a teacup.
Okay.
Which is creepy in and of itself. But I did send you a picture of the scene, and it shows people literally in her kitchen area with shovels shoveling
Scooping her
up
out.
the Cinder Lady, which is, I think, why she gets that nickname, is because she's being shoveled up like someone's cleaning out a coal bin or something.
And none of the other parts of the room are burned. It's just where she was.
Yep.
Pretty much. So the
You can see the floor
investigation...
that they're standing on is fine.
Yeah, they're standing right
How
where
does
it
that
was.
happen?
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
We'll get back to that, right?
Yeah, we'll get back to that a
Okay.
little bit later. But the investigation was on July 7th, 1951. St. Petersburg Police Chief J.R. Reichard sent a list of evidence to the FBI Director, J. Edgar Hoover.
Okay.
And they determined her death was due to the wick effect. Now, do either of you know what the wick effect is?
Wick, you're saying? Like,
Yeah, like a candle.
Yeah.
No.
So like your body fat becomes the fuel.
Correct. So that there's some sort of ignition, and that ignition is slow enough that your body fat becomes the fuel, your clothing becomes the wick.
okay.
Okay, now the problem that some people will say with it being the wick effect is that for the wick effect to completely consume a human body, it would take hours.
Yeah.
So if you know that the person was fine at this set of time, and then it's only been half an hour later, that wouldn't be enough time for the whole body to be consumed.
Right.
So
Oh, my God.
now this woman had
I didn't realize that was a real thing, the Wick effect.
Yeah, I mean, it's essentially, if you want to try it at home, kids, take a Crayola crayon, and if you light it, the outside wrapper, i.e. the clothing, becomes the wick, and the crayon becomes the candle. And only do this with your parents watching you,
Right.
of course.
No, just don't do this, kids.
Oh yeah, Ryan's right. Don't do this.
Don't heat
this,
stuff up, kids.
This
Talk
is
to your
something I
parents.
would have
Yeah.
done at Perkins at like 1 a.m. Ask for some crayons, and then next thing you know, I'm having a little altar in my Perkins table.
I mean, I'm all for kids being kids and doing your own thing and doing whatever you want, but I'm not telling them that it's okay.
Now, here's the creepy thing for, I guess, stoners. The clock in the room was stopped at 4:20 a.m.
Oh.
So it's assumed that maybe because of the clock being stopped at 4:20 in the morning, that maybe that's when the fire damaged the clock. So one could assume that that's when she caught
Was the
fire.
clock near her?
But why would that
It
Yeah,
was
why
like
would
one.
that
It was
stop?
like practically a one-room apartment.
Yeah.
Huh?
Why would that make a clock stop?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, clocks are made of like plastic, and
We're gonna need to know what kind of clock it was.
I don't know what kind of clock
Like a
it was.
grandfather
Yeah,
clock.
it's just a cuckoo clock?
Come
Yeah.
on, guys. I didn't do that deep of a dive.
Okay,
You
fair
know, I
enough.
had to look up other dead people here.
So it feels like I don't know. It had to be.
I mean, it's 1951.
We'll
What
let
kind
it
of
go.
clocks were out there?
We got questions.
Right.
It wasn't a digital clock. I can say that much.
Fair enough.
Okay.
And, you know, I
So maybe some body soot got in there or something.
now I did check out,
Body
and I will post all the finder graves. So like on our listing of this episode, so you can go check out the graves yourself if you want to. And she did have children that survived. And here it says she only lived in St. Petersburg 5 weeks before her death.
Aw.
And her son believed that his mother died from careless smoking. So she was a smoker.
Smoker,
So-
ignition, the wick effect.
One of the things I'm going to get to is there's always a fire source of some sort with these, and this is how skeptics will debunk it. And I'm sorry, but like the hard part about that is, what home doesn't have a source of fire? You
Sure.
Yeah,
you have
some
an
kind
oven.
of-
You have if you're
Outlets.
a smoker, outlets. There's so many different ways a fire can start. So I don't necessarily say that just because she was a smoker means that that's the cause.
Right.
But the thought is, like, if you're a
It
smoker,
raises the doubt.
maybe she had a heart attack while smoking, is the thought, and that maybe the cigarette falls on her lap, and since she's already dead from the heart attack,
Right. She wouldn't
she
react.
would react, and then the cigarette would have time to create the wick effect.
And maybe she was wearing like polyester pants or something, like I think in the
Something
50s.
makes a-
Yeah. Big.
So then there's
Maybe.
another cool case. There's Helen Conway, who lived in Drexel Hill, Pennsylvania, at 527 Argyle Street.
Ooh,
And
that's a cool street. Ooh,
She is buried in Calvary
might be
Cemetery.
combusting here.
Don't combust, man.
I'll try. not
Well, actually, do
No
combust.
promises. Yeah.
On this
Wow.
episode, if we
Yeah.
have visual evidence, think of how
do it.
famous you and I would
That
be.
would do
Now's
it.
my chance.
That would do it.
Now's your chance to be a star. So for Helen Conway, on the evening of November 7th, 1964, Helen Conway was babysitting the two children of her daughter and son-in-law overnight in her home in Upper Darby, Pennsylvania. The next day at 8:42 a.m., Helen's granddaughter, Stephanie, delivered a book of matches to her invalid grandmother upstairs upon her request. Very shortly later, Helen's neighbor, who was leaving for church, noticed an odd glow coming from inside the home and went to the house to investigate. She was unable to make it upstairs due to the heat, and she called the fire department. The firefighters entered the smoke-filled room at 8:48 a.m. One of them stuck their hand into something greasy. Now, that just creeps
Okay.
me the hell out. Which turned out to be Helen Conway.
Oh.
All that was left of her were her legs from the knees down. They had blisters on them. Her left foot, an arm burnt down to the bone, and still had a bracelet on it. Helen was a heavy smoker. Her death is thought to be due to also the wick effect.
This picture is gnarly, dude.
Now,
That's the legs one, the two
Yeah,
legs.
two legs.
yeah, you see her sitting in the chair, and well, you see her legs sitting where she would have been sitting.
Yeah.
Now, the problem with it being the wick effect is the wick effect would take, what, 7 hours to consume a body?
I don't know.
Well, that's what
It takes a long time.
It takes
Yeah,
a
it does.
while. But like,
They
if
go into it a little bit on that Netflix show, Making a Murderer. They talk about like how long it would take to actually burn a body and what it would leave behind on the ground or wherever it's burned.
yeah, you'd have to reach out to the body farm because I'm
Oh,
sure
yeah.
they've tested
Yeah.
this. But if you think about it, she was delivered matches at a certain time, and then the fire is at another time.
Like, there's only so much,
Yeah, there's only so much damage that should technically have happened. The fire that killed her burned at 2,500 degrees Fahrenheit, and it began and ended within 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's super heated.
whatever killed Helen Conway, to have killed her in 6 minutes
Laser.
is, yes, definitely a space laser.
Yeah.
Probably space lasers.
Yeah.
It's something, but it's insane. She was only 51 years old, so this is not an elderly woman. I'm
Right.
50, for Christ's sakes. So it's not like a lot of these cases, like the Cinder Lady, where you'd say, oh, maybe she was an invalid or something like that. 51, you're still pretty young.
Yeah.
You can get around.
Cup of Code! Today's episode is brought to you by Cup O Code. Need a website or marketing solution that works as hard as you do? At Cup of Code, they don't just build websites. They create digital solutions that grow your business. From expert web design to targeted marketing, including Facebook, Instagram, Google Ads, and billboards, they've got you covered. Dream, design, develop. Visit cupofcode.com and take your business to the next level.
Like I said, she has grandchildren that survived her. But to me, I think that her image of her legs being at that chair
it's gnarly.
is honestly the first image I think you've ever seen of spontaneous human combustion. And I find it still the most disturbing.
Yeah.
Now, the next person is also from Pennsylvania. Dr. John Irving Bentley. Yes! I know, like, what's with PA that
Got
people are
one.
like, we're so hot, we just burn up, And this happened at...
We should play into it. We also have Centralia. Pennsylvania should play into it.
Oh, yeah. We're on fire under the ground.
Right? Pennsylvania's on fire.
Yeah.
I'd buy that bumper sticker, or personalized license plate. Come on, PA.
Yeah, PA should just have flames
You're
all
missing
over
some
it.
opportunities there.
They are. It's like Sleepy Hollow. We were like, why do the pedestrian signs have heads?
Yeah, none of them should
They
have
should
heads.
have no heads.
All of them should be headless.
Even the deer crossing sign should have no heads.
Yep.
I agree.
Like, come on, brand this town, for Christ's sakes. So Dr. John Irving Bentley was actually born in 1874, and his death was on December 5th, 1966. And the image I have of him sitting at the desk is roughly 1945, to give you an idea of what he looks like before he burns up.
Okay.
He earned his MD from the University of Pennsylvania Medical College, Yale, Philadelphia.
Or PA.
And in the 1920s, he moved to Colderspart, PA, and was a family physician from 1925 to 1953. In 1945, the Medical Society of Pennsylvania awarded him an award of 50 years of faithful and loyal services.
That's the award.
That was the award.
That's a nice one.
So in 1956, he fell over a rocking chair and he broke his arm, which partially paralyzed his left leg as well.
Okay.
His third wife died in 1959, so by 1966, Dr. Bentley is 92 years old.
Oh.
And he's using like a walker to get around his house type of thing. And he was last seen alive on December 4th. His friends had visited him, and they left him around 9 p.m. that night.
Okay.
Now, somewhere through the night, on December 5th at 9:05 a.m., his charred remains were discovered at 9:05 by Don Gosnow. The North Penn Gas Company meter man arrived at the home and left himself in. And
Because he's a meter man?
he's the meter man.
Okay.
And when he entered the basement, he noticed a light blue smoke and strange, sickeningly sweet smell. He saw a pile of ashes 14 inches in diameter in a cone shape about 5 inches high
In the basement?
in the basement. He looks up above the ashes and he sees a hole in the floor that still had the cherry glow of hot embers. So
man.
he goes upstairs and enters the bathroom where a 2.5 foot wide by 4 foot long hole was. And that's the photograph I have that shows Dr. John Bentley's leg
Oh, yeah.
with foot
This one.
and his walker.
That's pretty gnarly.
That's also very gnarly. So next to the hole is the doctor's walker, his brown leg, and the slipper.
toilet.
It looks like it looks like a woman's shoe. But 1966, I'm told that that's a man's leg. But a lot of times, if you look up Cinder Lady, that image is going to pop up. Because it's more, people assume it's a female.
Yeah.
It's not.
You just don't have socks on, or what?
So the famous photo was taken by Potter County Deputy John, and many others were in the home. Firefighters Richard C. Lindholm, the Carter Sport Undertaker William Fish, Potter Enterprise firefighters. Local historian Robert R. Lyman Sr. said his skull was also found in an amazingly, indeed, in 1973 article. And in 1980, during the filming of ABC's TV, That's Incredible, Mr. Lindholm, the Undertaker, said that the doctor's head was on pipes below the bathroom floor, and he put the skull in a rubber bag for the coroner, and his death certificate said the death was caused by asphyxiation and 90% burning of the body. So some reports had said that all that was left was the leg, but that wasn't true. The skull had fallen through the hole and landed on some pipes.
Interesting.
But
So does that happen a lot? Skulls don't burn?
bones don't burn. I mean,
That's what I'm
like when
saying.
you get cremations back, you don't get a bag of ashes. You actually get a bag of the pulverized bone. So that's why the cremations are all like cream colored, because they're bones.
Are skulls harder to pulverize then? Or whatever?
Probably not. I think the skull's rather
Then why
thin
would the
can
skull stay?
be like, well, maybe because of a lack of burnable material in the neck. You know what I mean? It's all kind of sinewy. There's not a lot of fat in your neck. I
Might
also
just
was
fall
thinking
off.
maybe knees are a little flame retardant too, because it seems like all these pictures, it's like from the knee down there, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's because there's a big bone there.
Well, and there's
You
also
know?
a lack of fat right there at the knee joint.
Yeah.
And same with your elbow joints, you know. It's a thinner part where there's less fuel,
Right.
if you want to look at it that way.
Yeah.
Now, I did mention earlier that one of the things that is assumed to have been the reasoning of how he burned is the fact that it's called the stack effect.
Okay.
And the stack effect is, say he burns and he's in his bathroom and you create a hole in the floor. Well, that would create an updraft of air from the basement that would be coming up. And the stack effect is where the air is kind of fueling the fire and it's kind of keeping you the flames vertical.
Yeah.
And that would stop the fire from attacking nearby objects. But it's still crazy to think that within, 12 hours,
Yeah, his whole body would
his
burn
whole
up.
body would burn up. Now, this guy was known to be a cigar smoker or a pipe smoker. So the thought was that maybe, in his advanced age
Right.
and mobility issues, that maybe he had a smoking implement that he tucked in his pocket and it wasn't out. So that could be the case. So that, like, some of the theories that we've already talked about are the wick theory. Now the stack theory. The stack theory we've actually delved in another episode. Nelson D. Raymeyer.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That episode.
Yeah.
His body burned a hole in the floor.
Oh, yeah.
And they set him on fire. So it wasn't spontaneous human combustion. But when the hole in the floor was created, it centralized the fire so that it didn't catch the house on fire. And parts of him fell into the basement,
Right.
and were captured by, I think, a potato.
His body was held up there.
held up there by
Yeah.
the beams in the potato sack or something.
Potato
like that.
rafters or
Yeah.
something.
So there's natural things that can happen.
And his body, though, if I'm remembering correctly, was not as destroyed as these people that we're talking about.
Correct. And
so that kind of like lends to the theory that something else is going on because, like you said, they set him on fire. Like that was
they used an
purpose.
accelerant. They used the
lantern.
was it the kerosene from the
lantern.
lanterns?
Yeah.
They covered his body with that.
Right.
And were trying to burn him.
Yeah, so you would think out of all of those 4 bodies that we're talking about, that one would be the most destroyed.
Because he's the only one that had accelerant
Yes.
put on him.
Or at least,
Yet his body was still pretty much there.
The other ones are like, maybe a cherry fell on their shirt. Like, I don't know. I find it's convenient to blame it all on smoking. It's very easy to do that.
Now, they say buildings rarely burn hotter than 1,700 degrees. And crematory retorts in the 1960s burn at 2,200 degrees, 2,400 degrees Fahrenheit.
So the one you said was 2,500, so that's hotter than a crematorium.
Now, here's the weird thing. The walker's aluminum.
Yeah.
So what does the walker melt at? 1,200 degrees.
Yeah.
So, like,
lasers.
if it takes 2,200 degrees to get rid of a body and the walker's okay, like, why is the walker okay?
Right. There's your next question.
Like, the walker shouldn't be okay if it's a natural means because the walker has to rely on physics just like anything else in the room.
You would think.
So that's another weird thing. So then I wanted to go through. I have to go to my next book.
Double booking it.
I'm double booking today. So there's another case, Sarah Mullen in Scranton. This was published in 1896.
Wow.
She had an unusual death.
1896.
They claim that she died from inhaling flame. However, evidence presented by the newspaper seemed to indicate that Mrs. Mullen may have died as a result of spontaneous combustion.
Ooh.
So her young son, it makes the grisly find is the headline of the article.
Oh, yeah.
And a ghastly sight met the gaze of Edward Mullen, a 16-year-old lad, as he entered his mother's home on Hemlock Street late yesterday afternoon. Seated at the table in the summer kitchen attached to the house was the dead body of his mother, Sarah Mullen, a widow of about 60 years old, whose upper body was burned to a crisp and whose clothing was still smoldering. The flesh was blackened so badly and burned that it was with difficulty the body could be handled later. So and that's in Scranton.
What year did that happen?
That was 1896.
1896. Wow.
So, like, this goes back hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Like, Charles Dickinson wrote about spontaneous human combustion.
Interesting.
I still think it's aliens.
And I think in A Blaze, I think he mentions that there's like 300 cases worldwide
300.
that they have claimed spontaneous human combustion. I think it was in England in 1982, there was a person that supposedly combusted in front of witnesses, and that flames erupted from their body, and the flames were blue. So,
Wow.
Yeah. How does that happen?
Exactly.
How can I?
Not do that.
Yeah. Well,
Now-
blue flames, I'm kind of cool with.
Some of the ideas, there's a guy named Brian.
Shoot them from your hand
know.
or something. Yeah.
Oh, like a superhero.
yeah.
Yes.
That'd be cool.
Maybe these people are mutants. You know,
Oh, and they haven't learned how to harness their
they
power.
haven't learned how to harness their powers.
Right. Yeah. They
You
just
know,
have. They
That's
melt
making a lot
down.
more sense now.
Yeah, like we all watched Marvel movies. This is
Yeah.
how things start, you know? Mm-hmm. So there was another. I've worked with people that are diabetic. And do you guys know anything about diabetes?
A little bit.
Okay. Have you ever heard of ketosis?
Yes.
Okay. Ketosis is one of the suggested reasons what could be causing this.
You're saying that ketosis caused this?
Listen, it can be caused by your diet, alcoholism, but ketosis, your body, because of poor diet or whatever, can create acetone. And when you work with diabetics, one of the symptoms of ketosis to look for is their breath smells of acetone. So if that is,
Wow.
if we can naturally create an acetone, acetone is flammable. And it only needs to be about 2.6% of air to have acetone for it to ignite.
So you're saying their breath could ignite?
Possibly, or in the body. Like, could it be?
Well, how would you get a flame in the body, though? Like, that's what I'm saying. The only way would
Well, I
be
mean-
if you did inhale the flame, like they said.
Well, I mean, an ignition source could be anything.
And if it's
Yeah, but how are you getting
Like-
it in your body? You're not putting a lighter up your butt, you know?
You don't know what I do on the weekends.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Like, if you're near an oven
Yeah.
that has an open flame,
Yeah.
and you have
Or a candle,
ketosis, or a
or,
candle, or you're a smoker, or you have a fireplace,
Does the acetone come out on their skin? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, where...
you would
I
think
think it's dragon. This is how dragons are.
I'm thinking that dragons are really just diabetics and they're misunderstood.
That's what I've been trying to say this
So,
whole time. No one's been listening.
Exactly. Now, other people think that maybe it's self-immolation, that these people are accidentally or on purpose killing themselves by purposely setting themselves
Nope.
on fire.
Sure, I'm sure that's a common thought when you go to this scene. You know what I
to
mean?
think that, yeah.
To
Yeah.
be like, wow.
Now, it took a lot of work to try to tie this into Slice of the Paranormal. Like, I really had to reach. There was nothing paranormal in my mind about this.
I think
I
it
think
it is.
In 1976, a book came out called Fire from Heaven. And writer Michael Harrison blames poltergeist activity
Oh,
on spontaneous human combustion.
really?
So he thinks that it's somehow
Could be
poltergeist
ghosts.
activity. And then
He doesn't explain why he thinks that? Or you didn't read that book yet?
I didn't read that book.
Yeah.
I mean, I read Larry Arnold's book, and he suggests another interesting theory. He suggests a subatomic particle called pyrotron
Okay.
is involved in spontaneous human combustion.
I like that.
I already like it because his name's Pyrotron.
Pyrotron.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
sounds
it
like
sounds
a
like
character.
I'm in.
It does.
Yeah.
It sounds like the three forces of Slice of the Paranormal unite
Come
and
together
we
to
create
form Pyrotron.
Pyrotron.
Oh, that's pretty good.
And I don't know. And then John Abramson suggests ball lightning.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the last main
Ball
theory.
of lightning.
But no,
Just
it's ball lightning.
Like, have you ever heard of like ball lightning, where like people say if you have two windows open in your home, there have been people, including my grandmother, who I never met, claimed that a ball of lightning went from
Figure.
the
Yeah,
one
we drink
window
fast.
through the house and out the other window.
Ball lightning.
Ball lightning, and it's
Ozzy Osbourne was a big fan of ball lightning.
yeah.
He liked to say that almost any anomaly in the sky, oh, there's ball lightning.
Yeah, and in all honesty, I just had my second year annual physical for work today, and I was talking about the podcast to my doctor, and he mentioned seeing lightning come into a window and hit two different objects in the
What?
house and exit another window. So, and that was
Wow.
just today.
And what's his name? Pyrotron.
Dr. Pyrotron.
I don't know the doctor's name. It wasn't
No.
my regular doctor.
I mean, this ball lightning character. 'Cause I think it's one guy.
Well, if you type in ball lightning on YouTube,
Pyrotron.
there is a famous video that was created that shows ball lightning going down a train tracks,
Oh.
and it attacking and zapping the power lines near it.
But it wasn't real.
No, there was a guy that created it. But we honestly don't know enough about lightning. Like,
Yeah.
they're still learning about it. I mean, it was just in the last, I don't know, 10, 20 years that they figured out Sprite lightning, where like
Sprite lightning.
there's
Like
these,
7-Up lightning?
it's like fountains of lightning
Similar to
above the
7-Up.
clouds
Okay.
that are shooting upward, not downward. and they call it sprite lightning because it's only
Up from the clouds.
up.
I bet that's
it doesn't go
dangerous,
down;
though,
it
for
goes
the
up,
planes.
and it looks like a fountain of lightning that just
Oh.
kind of shoots out as if it's water, but it's
It's
actually
gorgeous.
Yeah.
But it's actually lightning.
Sounds
So-
scary and beautiful at
Yeah.
the same time.
And there's even like, so science still is playing catch up. Like the Aurora Borealis, we're still learning things about that.
Right.
In fact, my favorite type of Aurora Borealis that has just been named is called Steven. Just saying.
That's
Wow.
pretty cool. That's paranormal.
Yeah, that's totally paranormal. So, like, I don't know. What do you guys think like about this whole thing about?
I love it.
Like,
I mean, I don't love it because
You don't want-
people
you don't-
died. I don't wish that part. But just the idea that someone can get that hot that fast and that small of a confined area
yeah,
is crazy to me.
Yep, I'm on to either aliens and space lasers.
the aliens and space lasers.
Yeah, to be able to have that targeted, target, basically, like you said, to leave the walker unmelted, just sitting there.
Oh,
and
yeah.
all the knee down pictures, needed a targeted laser. But I also like the idea of Polytron and maybe a government conspiracy and, maybe something
Yeah.
like that, like some kind of secret particle. And I don't know.
I think it's good to keep an open mind with it because I think there are things that the body does that we don't fully comprehend.
Sure.
So, like, there are creatures that can create very volatile chemicals,
Poisons and
poisons, and I know
to
there's an
blind
insect
you.
that like spits out something that's like super hot in a minute detail that wouldn't hurt us, but would hurt another insect,
Right.
Right.
or things like fireflies that have bioluminescence. That's a chemical reaction.
Yep.
So I don't know if it necessarily is supernatural or just natural that we don't understand.
Fair enough.
But I think it's definitely worth studying more
Yeah.
with an open mind because who knows?
And not discounting it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't discount it because it happens so often. Something's happening.
Something within these. Yeah.
People don't disappear within 20 minutes unless there's something else going on.
Yeah, some kind of an accelerant, you would think.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm a ghost hunter, so I'm going to go with Poltergeist.
The poltergeist.
Oh, I like the
Officially.
poltergeist one too. I think
You
that's
know.
good. No, I like the Plyatron or probably
Yeah.
Pyretron.
Pyretron.
Now, there was a lot that was in Pennsylvania, it seemed. Was there were you specifically looking for Pennsylvania?
I was specifically looking for
okay.
Pennsylvania.
But you were saying like 300 worldwide, right?
Yeah, and I
And
think
we-
it's just universally, some of the criteria are elderly,
Yeah.
smoker, and alcoholism actually plays a factor. Like a lot of the people that do succumb to spontaneous human combustion are said to be drinkers. So
Interesting.
we are at a higher risk because we go to haunted bars.
Look out.
So there's poltergeist and booze.
But here's how I look at it. If I could possibly become a dragon, I'm cool.
Yeah.
So you're rooting for ketosis.
Yep.
You want the ketosis theory
Yep.
that we can harness
Yep.
at will.
with the Polytron or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
All of it.
This
I like
sounds-
all of it.
This sounds scary to me. Most people don't know this, but Brian is my boss at work. If you are really mad at me, I don't know if I want you to have the ability to spit fire from your mouth.
Fair enough. I know you call me your boss sometimes, and it's not here. It's at my other job.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of a unique situation. But if you would not spit fire at me at work, I would totally support your desire.
I have no control over the future, is the truth. What is what it is.
You're like, if I spit fire, I spit fire.
Yep.
It's just what it is, man.
Why did we pick a pizza place for this one, and where?
We picked a pizza place in Mechanicsburg
Okay.
because it was close to
Cinder Lady.
the Cinder Lady's grave. Now, we visited it at night. I sent you an image of
I showed
her
it
grave
earlier, yep.
because we couldn't locate it at night.
Right.
And we were also a little fearful of being caught in a cemetery at night because I don't know. These guys look normal, but
Yeah, that's
I'm the
what it
kind of
is.
guy that a cop would just start beating and ask questions later.
It's true.
It's just, I'd do the same thing,
Fair enough. It's only fair. Anyway, we went to a place called Amici Pizza. You guys remember this place?
Oh, it was very memorable, Ryan.
Why do you remember it? Do you want to talk about it right now?
Sure. I remember because Ryan spilled his drink.
Oh, yeah.
And they had to come out and they brought out the mop bucket.
So nice, this place.
So nice. They cleaned it up. They were like, "Oh, don't worry."
Full drink.
A full drink.
Yeah.
Brand new. They come out, they give Ryan a second drink. And then Ryan spills the second drink.
Somehow I spilled the second drink.
I don't know. We didn't even drink a lot that night.
No, we didn't.
I don't think I had drank at that point.
Yeah, no, then it was just soda that was in your cup. So
It just was situational. I almost dropped it wasn't even the soda. I almost dropped the pizza thing or whatever, and it hit the soda. It was
Yeah.
one of those deals.
And it was weird because you had ruined one table, so we went to another table, and then
us.
you ruined the second table.
They did not move us the second time.
Oh.
I
you sit
even
in your filth.
Yeah, you are done.
I even joked with Christy that we should get you a sippy cup.
I would use it.
We got to get a
Big sippy cup.
slice of the paranormal
Yeah.
sippy cup. If anyone has a printer at home and you want to make a slice of the paranormal sippy cup for Ryan,
There you go.
we'll use it. I'll carry it with me.
You guys want to
Let's-
hear a good
yeah.
dad joke? That I just heard?
Sure.
Okay. What did the Mexican fire chief name his twin sons?
Oh, I don't know.
Jose and Jose B.
Oh, that's bad.
That's pretty bad.
But it is cinder and fire related. I'll give you that much.
There you go. Tie it back, Steve. Amici's Pizza, Mechanicsburg, PA, for self-combustion episode. Third pizza of the day. Look out, look out.
Uh-oh.
We had to turn around and go back because we forgot a place. Remember, we started driving home because we were like,
Yeah, we were
we're
so
done.
ready.
Let's go home. And then we're like, wait, we
need
had
more
a
pizza.
place. So we drove back. I think it
Yeah.
was maybe even 15 minutes.
It was a while.
Yeah.
We had to drive back.
Nice place. I spilled my drink twice, and they were so nice to help clean it up. And they were nice the whole time we were in there.
They were.
Steven, 4.25 out of 5. Look at that.
Wow.
One of the better flavored pieces of the day. The crust was great. The cheese was awesome. A little hard to eat because there was so much cheese, but I'll never complain about too much cheese. I would totally haunt this place.
I would.
Nice review, Steven. 4.25. Amici Pizza in Mechanicsburg. Christy, 3.75 out of 5. Nice score.
Not
I
bad.
tried both plain and pepperoni, and both were equally delicious. There was a lot of sauce and cheese, which made it kind of sloppy but enjoyable to eat. Seeing as this was our third pizza of the day, and I ate more than 3 bites, so that's high praise.
That's really high praise. I'm surprised I didn't go a 4.
Yeah, you usually 1, maybe 2 bites in
Yeah.
the third place, and you're like, go.
Cheers. Yes, that's
Yeah.
a decent score. I went 4.25 as well.
Wow.
I went with Steve on this one. I really like this pizza. It was third pizza shop of the day, and I kept eating it. It tasted as if it was reheated because the bottom was so crispy, but it wasn't reheated. It was just fresh pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, cheese and sauce were incredible. I would eat this pizza any day. And thinking back, I might even give it higher than 4.25. Might be just rough because it was the third pizza shop of the day. If we'd have ate that earlier, that might have been a 4 or 5.
Yeah,
for
if
me.
that was the first one.
You got a crispy bottom, and the pizza tastes good, but who knows? I don't. Yeah.
And the owner, if I remember correctly, didn't he come out afterwards and was
Oh,
just
yeah.
talking to us about the podcast
Super nice guy.
and stuff like that?
They're very nice. They're friendly on social media. Hit them up. Actually, they're doing good on social
Yeah.
media. Amici's Pizza in Mechanicsburg.
I would haunt it.
I would haunt it.
I think we're gonna have to haunt it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to haunt it, but with a sippy cup.
Is that the one where he
With
kept
the
going,
sippy
okay,
cup.
and it was making me laugh so bad?
I don't know.
That was the place that when we pulled in, there was that car that was completely covered with
With
Christmas
the
lights.
Yeah,
And I was
that's
like, I
it.
got to go get their picture. And I was talking to the group of kids around this car, and I was like, here, you got such a cool car. I'm going to hook you up. And they got all way more excited than they should have been. And they were like, when they handed them stickers, they're like,
stickers.
yeah, I was handing them stickers from the podcast, And they're like, "Oh, we thought you meant something else." I was like,
You have a look, Steve.
Yeah.
I was like, "No, I was just giving
I'm
you
not
stickers.
a drug dealer.
Sorry, I'm giving you stickers." But they did have a cool car.
Yeah.
Well, who knows what the car looked like? You just had cool lights on it, right?
Yeah, because it had lights all over the damn thing. I don't even know how.
You
the
know
hell they
that's a
power.
mess. You know that's a mess to those cars. Clean it
Yeah.
up.
I know. It is
It is
neat
beautiful,
though.
though. I do love it.
Yeah, it was cool.
Anything else from the spontaneous human combustion?
Nope. Just
I do have one more question, though.
Okay, sure.
That just made me spring one real quick. Spontaneous any other thing combustion?
Oh yeah. Good question.
well, I mean, in the Bible they got the burning bush.
True, but like you ever hear of a deer that just all of a sudden was,
I don't think I've ever heard of that. But
or a whale?
I know of Humboldt. I think it's Humboldt Rock in Ireland or Scotland. I think it's like this big rock in the middle of a field. And I guess in 1925, a farmer was growing his hay, and he was running out of space to store his hay, so he put it on this rock that was in his field, and it caught on fire spontaneously. Now, hay can do that, I guess, but
yeah,
the police department came, or fire department came, put it out, and it reignited again. And I guess there's lore that it was used in the Celtic rituals and stuff. So
Hot rock.
that's the only other thing I can think of about spontaneously combusting.
I'd have to look it up though. I mean, there's who knows? There's a whole wide world of weirdness out there.
True story.
Maybe there's something that animal.
That'll be our next episode.
Maybe our viewers
Spontaneous monkey combustion.
could clue us in and tell us of a case.
Yeah, let
where
us know.
an animal has spontaneously combusted.
Please,
Yeah.
if you know that, please hook us up.
Yeah, because they shouldn't be alcoholics.
They shouldn't be, or smokers.
Right.
Could you imagine someone like writing us and being like, "Well, yeah, I had this gerbil, and I came home one day and he was all burned up.
All of a sudden, there's a fire in the cage.
There's a fire in the cage. I no
Cinders.
longer have little Timmy. It's
Be the
horrible.
gerbil.
Gerbil Tim.
Yeah, it'd be pretty. Well, I wouldn't mind showing that picture without a warning.
true
Of a
story.
gerbil.
I don't want none of that. Please don't send pictures of singed gerbils. If you do have,
That's my band name.
Singed gerbils. If you do have a story to share or any thoughts, please do. Please
Yeah.
do. We love that.
It means a lot to us, you guys. Thanks.
Maybe we'll read it on the episode. You never know.
Yeah, we really want to keep creating good content for you guys. So please give us that like button. Like each time you watch an episode, it really means a lot. Subscribe. And anything else, guys?
Nah.
Join
good.
us next time you crave a slice of the paranormal.